What's going on, everyone? My name is Powers, and today I'm bringing you my first official Wi-Fi battle on the channel, and my first official Wi-Fi battle ever, I guess? I've not really done any Wi-Fi battles on the actual 3DS, on the DS before. I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna EV train a team, and I'm gonna see how it goes. So, I was just going around challenging random people, just to see who wanted to battle, and, someone who was on my friends list, I'm guessing a subscriber, accepted, and he was called Patrick, so we're gonna have a battle with Patrick today, and we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, let's get on with it. Alright, so let's get this battle started. This is a 6v6 match against Patrick. I'm not entirely sure who Patrick is, so if you are Patrick, if you're watching this and you want to leave your YouTube link or something in the description, then just let me know, just send a PM or just put it in the comments, and I'll put it in there, just so I don't have Patrick there, It's not very specific. So he's going to start with his Gengar. I'm going to lead off with the Rotom. I'm not exactly the most proficient Wi-Fi battler, so I don't know if that's good or not, but I guess we'll see. He goes straight for the Mega Evolution on the Gengar, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm in a pretty bad spot here. I had no idea that I was going to outspeed this thing with a Thunder Wave, and that made me very happy. I was like so sure this thing would outspeed me and just wreck my Rotom with a quick Shadow Ball, as he does go for the Shadow Ball right here, but surprisingly I take it not really well, but I don't die, so that's the best part here. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch and get this Rotom out of there. I do deal a little bit of damage there because I have the max special attack EVs in there, so that's very nice. I go straight into my Slipper, as Slipper is the best option. My Goodra is the best option to tank a special attack because of the massive special defense this thing possesses. I go for the Dragon Pulse and take this thing out because Gengar got paralyzed, and that was really good for me. I don't take any damage from that Gengar on Goodra. And he goes into the Greninja, and I'm expecting an Ice Beam from this thing, so I get the hell out of there. Goodra might have good special defense, but it's not that good. It's not that good. But I'll go into my own Greninja, and the Ice Beam, as we'll see right here, does a lot less than I thought it would. I kind of thought it would do a lot more than that. See, I know Greninja is pretty fragile, but we took that pretty well, even though we do resist it. I kind of thought, maybe a sort of a third, something like that. We take it pretty well. He goes out into his Umbreon. I just go for the Surf because I wanted to get some damage off on that Greninja, but it was not to be. And I stay in with my Greninja just to go for the Ice Beam here, just to try and get a freeze or something on this Umbreon. I don't like this thing very much. And honestly, I probably should have switched out earlier, as I get Toxic now, that's not going to help me out too much. That's going to be pretty hurtful to my Greninja right there, as we're going to take some constant damage now. So I still don't switch out. I actually go for another Ice Beam, and you'll see in a second why I should have switched out earlier. So I go for the Ice Beam. It takes it down to red health. I'm thinking, okay, I can take this thing out next turn. Nope, goes to the Moonlight, and that is that Umbreon restoring its health. And that pissed me off a little bit because I know I can't take this thing out now unless I get a crit. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to switch now. So in this turn, I'm going to switch out. Greninja's going to come back in, and I'm going to go out with my Gardevoir, the Mega Evolution, on the team. And, well, I should have done this a little bit earlier. I did predict that Umbreon would go for another Moonlight, which is why I thought it was safe to go into my Gardevoir this turn. We wouldn't take any damage. And it's fine for the Umbreon to go for the Moonlight because we are going to Mega Evolve this Gardevoir into a magnificent beast thing, whatever you would like to call it. It is a beast. This thing is a special attacking monster. I go for the Moonblast, and even though this is a special attacking monster, we don't quite take this Umbreon out, and that really pissed me off a little bit. I was like, damn it, even Mega Gardevoir can't do it. This thing's bulky as hell, and he does get the Toxic off on my Mega Gardevoir as well, which, that wasn't too good. That upset me a little bit. So, my Gardevoir is now poisoned as well, along with Greninja. I go for another Moonblast. He decides to just let it die, so that is the Umbreon down the drain. It didn't do all that much damage, but it did piss me off with those poisons. So the Umbreon is gone. I've still got my Mega Gardevoir. It's relatively good health. We are getting poisoned every turn, but it should be a while before that really starts to take effect. He goes into Proto Man, the Scizor here, and I don't really think I can do much to this thing, and I definitely didn't want to take a Bullet Punch from this, because that would absolutely destroy me. I go into Dozer, even though this thing it is weak to Steel type. I have Solid Rock on this thing, which reduces the amount of damage we take from super effective attacks. He got a critical, which is kind of crappy, and we're also really bulky, so we take that pretty nicely, even though it was a critical. He goes back into a Slippy, probably hoping to get a Surf off or anything, but he didn't see this Earthquake coming. He didn't see the E-Quake coming, and that utterly destroyed Slippy the Greninja. I am so sorry. That thing was fragile already, but it just could not take an Earthquake from my my Dozer. So he goes into his Charizard for some reason. I don't know what he was thinking there. He probably thought that he could take me out with a flamethrower because of Dozer's really low special defense. I just do Stone Edge. Thankfully it doesn't miss because that would really fuck me up. And the Charizard goes down without a hitch, without any problems whatsoever. If I missed, then we could be in some deep shit, but no, it didn't. And out comes Pharaoh. I just let Dozer die here because there's nothing I can really do about it. I don't want anyone else to take a hit. Dozer had relatively low health, so it wasn't really worth, you know, letting someone else get hurt just to keep him alive. I go back out into my Rotom just to get a little bit of damage off of the Volt Switch because I know that my Goodra can take anything this thing wants to hurl at me. So I go back out into Goodra with the massive special defense once again. Lucario decides to go for, I believe it is Psychic, I think? Yes, it is Psychic. And we take this so well. I was just so pleased with my Goodra right there. I was like, yes. Yes, the tank. Of course, he does go for the Dragon Pulse. I was not expecting a Dragon Pulse, and I thought this would do a hell ton of damage, but no, the special defense prevails once again, and we don't miss the Muddy Water, which would really suck. We managed to take this thing out with the Muddy Water. There goes Pharaoh, the Lucario, and Goodra is sitting pretty nicely on around just lower than half health. In comes Proto Man. I'm thinking, okay, I didn't really know what to do at this point, so I just went for another Muddy Water. This does about half health, so I was thinking, okay, next turn, we'll definitely take this thing out. Then this happened, the Swords Dance, and I was thinking, shit, this thing has Bullet Punch as well. Swords Dance, Scissor, Bullet Punch, this is going to do some massive damage to me. Goodra did not have a chance because it has such low normal defense, and we do get the Rocky Helmet damage off, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, it's not going to help us out too much. I go into Persephone, my female Gengar here, thinking, okay, maybe I can survive a hit. Even though Gengar's defenses are really low, it was not to be. Gengar, you didn't do much this game. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I go into Gardevoir for some reason. I have no idea why I did this. This is a really bad decision by me. Because one Bullet Punch is, of course, going to take me out again. So I know you're thinking, what, is this going to be a Scissor or a Sweep? Are we going to see a comeback here? Well, we'll see. My last Pokemon that I have hopes for is my Greninja. If he can take a hit, then we're going to win this. Even though it's so fragile, we resisted and just survive. And that means we are able to take this thing out with the Protein Surf, even though we're already water type, so it doesn't really matter. We are able to take this thing out. So GG, Patrick. My first kind of proper Wi-Fi battle. I was just doing the 3v3 free battles on the old other Wi-Fi, so up until then, so it was very nice to take part in one of those. I'm up for, you know, other Wi-Fi battles if you want to challenge me. I'm also up for constructive criticism on what to do, you know, what Pokemon to use, how to, I don't know, go about situations and stuff. Just, you know, some tips on how to improve. So I'm going to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.